Hey, this is MassX with a brand new Marvel Mystic Mayhem video, and we're going to talk about The Thing. I wanted to revisit this. I kind of went over it in my video going over the first two characters, Invisible Woman and the Human Torch, of course, Johnny, because you could access The Thing. But now that we have Mr. Fantastic leaked skills out there, now it becomes more important to take a look at The Thing and how good he is going to be. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, looking at his first stat bonus, Fantastic Forever. This is what they all have when your team has one or two of the Fantastic Four characters. Basically, you're going to get an increase to attack and defense of 6 or 12% respectively. Then you've got a stat bonus for one more time when your team has one or two of the following. You're going clobbering time repeats one or two more times respectively. And of course, the bonus ability for every 200 points of defense, the Thing deals 1% more damage, and that can go up to 25%. So you're going to want defense on him. Then you've got Rock Solid, the passive, which is not in English, I see. And then we've got, of course, Stone Smash, the basic attack, deals 51% of the Thing's attack as physical damage. So let's go ahead though and look at the main skills here. So first off, we have Coming Through. It's a physical damage, deals 576% of the Thing's attack as physical damage to an adjacent enemy and knocks them back. If the target collides with other characters or obstacles, deals an additional 288% of the Thing's attack as physical damage to the target enemy and collided enemies, and stuns them for 3 seconds. And like I talked about in my Mr. Fantastic video, those two could really play off each other because you've got the Thing doing the pushback, you've got Mr. Fantastic doing the pull forward, both doing additional damage if they collide, both with the stuns. Very interesting to see how those two will play off each other. Then we have Clobbering Time, the ultimate physical damage, energy cost of 400, rolls toward the farthest enemy, dealing 480% of the Thing's defense as physical damage to all enemies along the path, repeats one time. And as we saw with the stat bonus here, you can get the Clobbering Time repeats one or two more times when you level that up. So that could be very potent. Then he has his own buff, Yancey Street Rage, takes 50% less damage and taunts all enemies for 8 seconds, which is nice for having that in this type of character. Now, looking at the Soul Saga, how are we going to want to be looking at for dupes on this one? So we're first going to go at Heart. Heart 1, Coming Through, deals 50% more damage to bosses. Heart 2, the defense increased by 20%, which is going to be big for this character. And Heart 3, when allied Invisible Woman, Mr. Fantastic, Human Torch, attack increases by 10%. Then we have Mind 1. Yancey Street Rage's damage reduction lasts 4 more seconds. Then Mind 2 takes 8% less damage. Mind 3 enhances Rock Solid, increasing defense by an additional 0.4% for every 1% of HP loss, which will help him out. And then, of course, get him all the way, Yancey Street Rage additionally reduces damage taken by other allies. His dupes don't look as important to me as some of the other ones did. Not saying they wouldn't be helpful, especially the defense increase and some of the others. But again, he's a 2, so he's going to be much easier if you're pulling on the Mr. Fantastic banner. You're going to be getting dupes anyway. He's definitely an interesting character, especially most likely if, let's say, you're running Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic. If you're running The Thing or Johnny, of course they're going to be probably running Engage. Makes the most sense. So you pretty much know what highlight you're going to have on him, but could be incredibly interesting to see because he could do some significant damage, The Thing, and having a defender with Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. It'll be interesting to see if they can do enough damage, those three together. Of course, the recommended team is Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, and Johnny, which of course makes sense because Johnny is a damage dealer. But that, I wouldn't count out the Thing yet until we have a chance to test him, because he has a lot of good synergy with Reed, and it really starts to make sense now when you look at these characters all together, because Reed and Sue have a lot of synergy, Reed and Ben have a lot of synergy, and Johnny and Sue have a lot of energy. And so you can kind of see that you could pretty much pick or choose who you want to use as that third spot. What I'm more curious about is taking two of them and pairing them up with a third character that is not a Fantastic Four, and see how potent they are. If they are going to be as a whole much better, or if we're going to be able to get some crazy cool combinations with having somebody else in that third slot and not necessarily the Thing or Johnny. It'll be a lot of fun to play around with this once this second banner hits. But with that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.